Hello again. I know it's been a while since I've been online. I had some eye surgery and we moved, so I had to take a break in the action. Okay, I was thinking the other day about the Wing Chun punch. There's different styles of punch. Some styles will say punch with these knuckles. Some will say punch with these knuckles. Some will say, people will say have your wrist straight like this. Some will have like a kick at the end. Or, there's all these different ways, and each person can obviously find it their own way. But I just wanted to tell you some of how I've been doing my punching with our Wing Chun class and just some insights I have. Ways to put that relaxed power in there. Now, sometimes when you think of a punch, you think of a lot of shoulder, I gotta just throw my weight like this, and obviously we want the hip in there too. But besides that kind of punch, for a Wing Chun punch, I find it helps to stay really loose. Like I like to think like Bruce Lee did, how he was real loose, in his motion, and he never really was tight. Because if you notice, if you experiment with punching, if you're tight at first, it feels powerful, but you notice how you move slowly, like because you have to kind of relax the tension to be able to speed up and then punch. Okay, so one thing I like to think of my Wing Chun punches in a few parts. One, I want you to try this exercise. You could follow along. Tyler used to call it, one of the guys in class, chopping vegetables or chopping broccoli. I want you to take your hand and just shift the this motion, like chop with the heel of your palm, like you'd be using a knife. Ready? So yat, yi, sam, say, lok, chat, bat, gao, sap. So I want you to feel like there's not a lot of tension in your shoulders or elbows, but you're just kind of relaxed, and that hinging motion is there. Okay, so you got that motion. That's part one. All right, now part two, I want you to have your hands relaxed and then tighten it up like a fist, like squeeze it. Ready? Let's try some of those. Ya, yi, sam, say, lok, chat, bat, gao, sup. So that's kind of we're relaxed, and then boom, the tension's boom there. Because when we punch, you want to kind of be tightening loose, because loose will be faster. You want to tighten as we punch through the target, right? You want to be loose, and punch the target, right? Loose. So that's what we're trying to incorporate. All right, so now I want you to combine those together. Chop plus punch, chop, punch. And we'll do it together if you want. Okay, I'll try to count in Cantonese again. Nice and stable, nice and limber. Ready? Ya, yi, sam, say, lok, cha, bat, gao, sup. 10 more. Ya, yi, sam, say, lok, cha, bat, gao, sup. Now I notice, man, this hurts with a watch on. It kind of hits you in the back of the wrist, so I'm trying to not show the pain. Okay, now, so think about that. We've got this motion, this hinging, we've got the fist, and then you're also going to have the lats and the shoulders are going to put some into it too, like this. So let's try those three parts together. Ya, yi, sam, say, lok, chat, bat, gao, sap. And feel like when you're punching or doing anything, like when you're lifting weights and things, to get a little bit of exhale, power force in there. Okay, so we've got the chopping, we got the fist, we got the elbow and lat and shoulder movement. Now you also want to put the hip in there. And actually what we could do is, would it help to do the hip separate or all together? Why not? Let's practice hip only first, okay? So I want you to pretend like, if you can see my hip, I want you to pretend like you're gonna punch. Ready? Yeah. Yi, sam, say, lo, cha, ba, ga, sa, or even step. There's a instructor named Russell Stutley, and for his punches, he would have people like, he would start them standing. He would do step, pivot, punch. So step, pivot, punch. Or this way, right? Step, pivot, punch. Step, pivot, punch. So now we can do that all together. So let's see if we can string them all together. The chop motion, the squeeze, the elbow drop and the lat hitting, and the hips. Okay, so ready? So ya, yi, san, say, lo, ja, ba, ga, sa, 10 more, yep. We're gonna do this way. Yep, yi, san, say, lo, ga, cha, ba, ga, sa. So something like that. You know, this bag is this heavy bag is full of clothes and doesn't sag as much, or it's kind of heavy without any gloves on. So sometimes I can try that with the bag where the first step of the punch is this, and then you put a little more shoulder in, and then you put the hips in, right? So you can you can use your elbows and stuff, but or your knees, right? But in general, so it's kind of hopefully a quick breakdown of some tips and tricks about the punch. Another thing I like to do is to hang a towel or a bandana or your shower curtain and practice that same drill. Like practice your hand just kind of tapping. Here, I'll show you. All right, here's what I'm meaning about the shower curtain or the bandana or the towel. Basically, you want to just practice being loose and relaxed, and you touch the thing, and then try some with both hands, right? Be loose and relaxed. All right, so like the first step is that quick snap, and then let's try to put with some hip in there too. Why not? So relax. Try not to knock the curtain down too much. Don't tell anybody. All right, so relaxed. Oh, this way too. Relaxed. So be sure to be careful doing that. But I've watched some old Japanese karate practitioners do that too, and I think it helps work your speed a different way and your penetration of your punch. I remember Bruce Lee doing this because if you think about it, if you're using a heavy bag, it's dense. You're going to be anticipating the impact and you'll slow down. You could never really be at your full speed that way, but it still builds power and support behind punch. But like the speed or the air punches, you know, you don't want to only do air punches like some kinds of Wing Chun we do. That's speed, but then you never build the density and the rooting. You'll get knocked backwards. So a little bit of blend of power punching against the heavy bag is good. You can do fist push-ups, and even with a little plyometric boost at the end. And you can do air punches, and you can do shower curtain punches. All right, well, I hope it's been some helpful info for you. Get working on your punching, and I'll see you next time.